Why you should walk after every meal. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Vital Living. If there's one simple habit that can meaningfully improve your health with very little effort, it's walking after meals. It sounds almost too basic to be important, but the research behind it is surprisingly strong. Today, I'm going to explain exactly why you should walk after every meal, what happens in your body when you do it, and how this one habit can improve blood sugar control, digestion, energy levels, and even long-term health. We're going to go deep into the science, but I'll also give you practical advice on how to actually implement this habit, even if you have a busy schedule. This isn't about intense exercise or walking for hours. We're talking about something as simple as a 10 to 15-minute walk after eating. Yet the benefits can be surprisingly significant. So if you're looking for high-impact habits that don't require much time or equipment, stick around. This one is worth paying attention to. Let's get into it. What happens in your body after you eat? When you eat a meal, especially one containing carbohydrates, your blood sugar, glucose, rises. This is completely normal. Your body then releases insulin to help move that glucose from your bloodstream into your cells to be used for energy or stored. The problem arises when blood sugar rises too high and too fast after a meal. These sharp spikes in blood glucose are called postprandial glucose spikes. Over time, frequent large spikes can contribute to insulin resistance, higher risk of type 2 diabetes, increased inflammation, weight gain, especially around the midsection, energy crashes and cravings later in the day, damage to blood vessels and nerves. This is particularly relevant for people who eat large carbohydrate-heavy meals, are sedentary, or already have some degree of insulin resistance. How walking after meals helps. When you walk after eating, several positive things happen in your body. 1. It helps lower blood sugar more effectively. Muscles can take up glucose from the blood without needing as much insulin when they're active. Walking after a meal allows your muscles to soak up some of the glucose from your bloodstream, which reduces the size of the blood sugar spike. 2. It improves insulin sensitivity. Regular post-meal walking can improve how sensitive your cells are to insulin over time. Better insulin sensitivity means your body needs to produce less insulin to handle the same amount of glucose. 3. It supports better digestion. Light movement after eating can help stimulate digestion and reduce feelings of bloating or heaviness that some people experience after meals. 4. It may help with fat storage. By reducing blood sugar spikes, walking after meals can potentially reduce the amount of glucose that gets converted into fat for storage. 5. It provides a mental break. Even a short walk can reduce stress and give your mind a break from work or screens, which indirectly supports better metabolic health. What does the research say? The evidence for walking after meals is quite strong, especially for blood sugar control. Multiple studies have shown that walking for even 10 to 15 minutes after eating can significantly reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes. Some research has found that post-meal walking can be more effective at lowering blood glucose than walking at other times of the day. One notable study compared walking after meals versus walking at other times and found that post-meal walking was particularly effective at improving 24-hour blood sugar control. Other research has shown that people who walk after meals tend to have better long-term blood sugar control and lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who remain sedentary after eating. While most of the strongest evidence is related to blood sugar and metabolic health, there are also benefits for digestion, mood, and overall daily movement. Additional benefits of walking after meals. Beyond blood sugar control, walking after meals offers several other advantages. Better digestion. Light movement helps stimulate the digestive system and can reduce feelings of fullness or discomfort after large meals. Improved mood and mental clarity. Even short walks can reduce stress and improve focus, especially if you've been sitting for long periods. More daily steps without extra effort. For many people, adding short walks after meals is an easy way to increase total daily movement without needing to schedule dedicated workout time. Better sleep. Some people report that walking after dinner helps them sleep better, possibly due to better blood sugar stability and reduced stress. Long-term metabolic health. Consistently managing blood sugar spikes through post-meal walking may help protect against insulin resistance and metabolic disease over many years. How long should you walk? You don't need to walk for a long time to get benefits. Research suggests that 10 to 15 minutes of walking after a meal is enough to meaningfully reduce blood sugar spikes for most people. Even 5 to 10 minutes can provide some benefit, especially if done consistently. The key is to walk at a moderate pace, not a slow stroll. But not intense exercise either. You should be able to hold a conversation while walking. Best timing for walking after meals. The most effective time to walk is within 30 minutes after finishing your meal. This is when blood sugar typically starts rising significantly. Some people prefer to walk immediately after eating, while others wait 10 to 20 minutes. Both approaches work. The most important thing is to actually do it rather than sitting or lying down right after eating. Walking after dinner tends to be especially beneficial because many people eat their largest carbohydrate-containing meal in the evening. And blood sugar control can be slightly worse later in the day. Practical tips for busy people. Many people struggle to walk after meals because of busy schedules. Here are some realistic ways to make it work. Walk around your office building or parking lot after lunch. Take a short walk around the block after dinner. Walk while on a phone call, hands-free. Walk on a treadmill while watching something. Combine it with walking your dog after meals. Even if you can only manage 5 to 10 minutes some days. That's still better than doing nothing. Consistency matters more than perfection. Common mistakes people make. Here are some mistakes that reduce the effectiveness of post-meal walking. Walking too slowly. A very slow stroll doesn't create enough muscle activity to meaningfully help with glucose uptake. Aim for a moderate pace. Walking too intensely right after a large meal. Very intense exercise immediately after eating can sometimes cause digestive discomfort for some people. Only walking after one meal per day. While walking after dinner is great, walking after lunch and breakfast when possible provides even more benefits. Expecting dramatic results immediately. The benefits of walking after meals are cumulative. You'll see the best results when you do it consistently over weeks and months. Using it as an excuse to eat poorly. Walking after meals helps, but it doesn't completely cancel out the effects of very high sugar or high calorie meals. How walking after meals fits into a bigger strategy. Walking after meals is an excellent habit, but it works best when combined with other foundational practices. Strength training 2 to 4 times per week. Getting enough daily protein. Managing overall calorie intake, if fat loss is a goal. Prioritizing sleep. Reducing chronic stress. Think of post-meal walking as a high-leverage habit that supports everything else you're doing, rather than a standalone solution. Realistic expectations. Most people who start walking after meals notice improvements in energy levels and fewer afternoon crashes. Better digestion and less bloating. More stable hunger and fewer cravings. Improved sleep quality, especially when walking after dinner. These benefits often become noticeable within 1 to 3 weeks of consistent practice. The blood sugar benefits can be measured fairly quickly if you use a continuous glucose monitor or regular blood sugar testing. Final thoughts. Walking after every meal is one of the simplest and most effective habits you can build for better metabolic health. It doesn't require a gym membership, expensive equipment, or a lot of time. Yet the research shows it can meaningfully improve blood sugar control, support digestion, and contribute to better long-term health. In a world full of complicated biohacking protocols and expensive supplements, walking after meals stands out as something that's both free and highly effective. If you're already doing strength training and eating well, adding short walks after your meals can be one of the highest return habits you can add. And if you're just getting started with improving your health, this is an excellent place to begin. The biggest challenge for most people isn't understanding the benefits, it's actually doing it consistently. Start small. Even walking for 5 to 10 minutes after 1 or 2 meals per day is a great starting point. Over time, you can build the habit until it becomes automatic. If you want help building a simple daily routine that includes walking after meals, along with other high-impact habits, just let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about walking after meals or how to make it work with your schedule, drop them below. I read pretty much every comment. If this video helped you understand why this simple habit is so powerful, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. We post new content every week about fitness, biohacking, longevity, and building better habits while living a busy life. Thanks for watching. Guys, I appreciate you. Start walking after your next meal and see how you feel. It's one of the highest leverage things you can do for your health. I'll see you in the next one.